And welcome to Arts Talk. I'm Bill Roberts.
I'm Jennifer Boudreau.
Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2016, our very first show of the new year.
Yay!
First thing I want to do is I want to thank Darka from Bottom Line Productions.
Yes.
We had them on in December, the Shumka Dancers, and they were promoting their new show, Clara's Dream, which was the Ukrainian version of the Nutcracker. So Darka sent me tickets to go see the show, and it was awesome. Just as they explained, one of the best shows I've seen in a long time. Great dancing, great sets, great costumes. So thanks to Bottom Line Productions and the Shumka Dancers for allowing me to come and see that show. Now, something happened. I went to that show on December 29th, by the way. I'm just going to throw that date in there, and the only reason I say that is because something happened to you on December 29th. What was that, Jennifer? What have we talked about over the past couple of months?
I got married, finally.
Congratulations.
And it was fantastic. Thank you. I brought some pictures to show everybody because it was such an amazing time. And it turned out to be a huge wedding because we had 30 people that came with us. But our pilots on the flight to the Bahamas made an announcement to the plane that we were getting married, and so we ended up with 200 people that came to the ceremony because they all came from the plane. So this first picture that I'm showing you is our first walk down the aisle as husband and wife, and I love this picture because I chose the Imperial March to walk down the aisle to, which he said I couldn't, but he didn't say anything about the exit.
He being the new husband.
Yes.
Yes.
So this is my new husband. So this is a great shot because it's the moment that he realized that I had tricked him.
And this is on the beach in the Bahamas, correct?
This is in Freeport, and this is the whole group that came with us. So my family is on my side, and then his family is on his side, and they're just celebrating our awesomeness. It was such a great time.
So anything kind of not go as planned? Any little funny things that might have happened? I see, that's a great shot right there. That's your dad, I assume?
That's my dad, but we're looking at Sean.
You're looking at Sean, the husband.
Noticing my amazement, or like how amazing I look for the first time.
Or he's looking at your dad going, really?
Yeah, maybe. My dad, I think, is giving him a glare there.
That's what I was thinking.
He told him that he wasn't giving me away. He was just, it was a loan for the time being. So
your dress was
really
beautiful,
sweet.
by the way.
Thank you.
And Sean looks really good as well.
Yeah, he cleans up nice.
Yeah.
This is me and my dad looking super proud. He's so fabulous. Everything went beautifully for the wedding. We actually didn't have any hiccups. Our wedding planner was fantastic. This is my magazine shot, as you can see.
For sure,
I'm gonna see if I can sell it to magazines. And we ended up, like, all the guests that showed up from the airplane wore their best bathing suits to the wedding, and so it was really fun. And I'm sad that it is over because it happened way too fast, but it was fantastic.
I'm sure it flew right by. You have all that time to plan for the wedding, then it happens and it's gone just like that.
Yeah. Who's on our show today? I guess we'll talk about the show.
Yeah, let's talk about what's coming up on the show. I have Melanie Ho from Freedom Tech Productions.
Excellent. And we'll also be talking to Sharon Moore Foster from Visual Arts Alberta.
That's excellent. Well, we'll be right back after this. And welcome back to Arts Talk. I'd like to welcome our first guest of 2016, Melanie Ho, the owner of Freedom Tech Productions.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us, Melanie.
Thanks for having me.
You've got quite a background, actually. You were at Red Deer College. You took the motion picture production course, Arts and Culture Management. You even actually went to Disney World and learned some things there. What did you learn at Disney World?
Basically, I took an entertainment class there, and they learned how they do all the special effects in their shows and in their rides and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'd be super fun.
So tell us a little bit about Freedom Tech.
Freedom Tech's we teach film acting classes. From the moment the students step in on our beginner class, they start learning about what to do on sets. And then we also have our intermediate and then our production, along with audition and protocol, where they learn what to do and what not to do when they go into an audition room.
Excellent.
So what kind of students are you getting? Are they already actors and they're coming in to just hone their talent? Are they?
Some are, some are not. Majority of them are usually adults who always wanted to act but never had the chance. And so they've seen our classes and gone, this is my chance, and signed up.
Awesome. How often do they get representation afterwards?
It depends on who they are, how they've shown themselves. If there's somebody who have shown that they're dedicated, a lot of times they will get represented. If they show that they aren't actually for the industry, then we by the end of the audition protocol, they know that maybe they should.
And so, and how many participants do you have in a class? Is it kept to a smaller group?
Yeah, we go 10 students per class.
Okay. And who's your instructor?
Our main instructor is Elizabeth Ebels.
Okay.
She runs an agency, Ebels Talent Agency. But we also bring in Jesse Lipscomb from Mosaic Pictures to talk to them. Darren Arsenal from Rocky Mountain Pictures. And we've also bring in stunt coordinators and things like that.
Oh, stunt class. That would be super fun. Do you light each other on fire?
No, we only do the basics where they learn how to throw punches, take falls, just the standard basics that they might do on a set so they don't have to bring in a stunt person.
So it kind of gets their feet wet, per se, to feel what it would be like to be a stunt person, and then if they wanted to move on, they could.
Yeah, we tell them these are where the stunt classes are. We don't stop at the basics. If they'd like to, if they're interested in more, they can go take the further training.
So if you are coming to Freedom Tech as a beginning actor, can you go through multiple courses, or do you take one course and then you're kind of sent from there, or?
You could take multiple if you're going into like audition and protocol and we're having a production class at the same time, then some students were able to do both at the same time. We usually just like to have them take one at a time because they do get a lot of homework in it. We ask them to go home, think about their character, develop their scenes, things like that.
Homework? What? How often do your classes run?
It's every 10 weeks because the classes are 10 weeks long.
Okay, so when does your next set of classes start?
In February.
February. So if I wanted to take one of your classes, how would I register or find it?
Just go to freedomtechproduction.ca, and that's where all of our classes are listed, and also a sign-up sheet, and then you just send me a message from there, and I send you a message back with the registration, and I meet up with you, depending on what type of person you sound like on the registration form.
And I understand you also do audition videos. So again, for actors like ourselves who are in Edmonton, for an example, and say we want to audition for something that might be happening in Vancouver or Toronto or Los Angeles. So for us to audition, we have to be able to send a video. So I understand you do that as well.
I do. Basically, you just get a hold of me, and as long as you know who you're saying it to, and a deadline, when your deadline is, then I can film it, edit it, upload it, and send it on its way for you.
So you'll take care of that all for the actor then.
Yep.
Makes it simple.
That's so simple. And then do you have maybe some of the students come out to read with the actor that's auditioning, or?
Every now and then, depending on what they've asked, what the people who are getting taped asked for. Sometimes just me reading, sometimes it's I could bring somebody to read for them, sometimes they bring their own. It's all up to the person getting the audition.
Fantastic. How long has Freedom Tech Productions been around?
About 3 years.
Okay.
We used to be off with Zocalo, or worked with Zocalo Film Studios. They shut down. We started up.
Oh, that's kind of nice. Just kind of take over and continue on.
So do you have any actors that have come through your class, local actors that have gone on to do great and big things?
We have. We actually had one little boy named Luke Oswald who's actually gone, who was in the latest Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Nice.
He's done a movie on Sundance, Little Sheriff, and he's basically done a lot of movies all throughout.
That's exciting. I'm sure it's exciting for you as well when you finally get an actor that's gone through your course that all of a sudden starts doing film work and you start seeing him up on the big screen. And
yeah, we actually on our website we have a list of all of the different people who've gone off and done other things from the classes.
So what, again, as Jennifer kind of alluded to already, if we wanted to get a hold of you, what's your email address, website address?
My website is freedomtechproduction.ca, and then the email is freedomtechproduction@hotmail.com.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Melanie, for, again, being our first guest for 2016. If you want to get some acting skills happening, check out Freedom Tech and contact Melanie. We'll be right back after this.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Arts Talk. It's events time.
2016.
You bet. My first event that I have is an event being put on by Shadow Theatre called Bravo, and it runs January 20th to February 7th of this year. A Japanese fisherman caught in the fallout of an American nuclear detonation. Now that sounds like an interesting show. Another event that I have coming up this year is being put on by the Edmonton Recital Society, and it's the main Series 3, Donna Brown soprano and Jane Coop on piano, with the guest violinist Aaron Au. And that's on Sunday, January 24th, 7:30 p.m. at the Mutart Hall.
Wow, that was a mouthful.
That was a mouthful, but I think it's going to be an awesome event.
It sounds really awesome. I also have some excellent events. So my first one is connected with our next guest, Sharon Moore Foster with Visual Arts Alberta. They're doing a cultural exchange where if you have any art supplies or art books of any kind, photography, acting, painting, you can bring it to their offices and exchange it for something new that you're wanting to learn, or you can just donate it for a new artist.
Awesome.
Our next one is the Ice Castle at Horlock Park. First time, they built a giant ice castle. You can go and check it out until March 1st, or hopefully the weather stays cold enough and it doesn't melt before then. But make sure you get out and check it out, and hopefully they'll come back every year and turn it into an annual thing.
That would be exciting.
And so coming up next, we have Visual Arts Alberta with Sharon Moore Foster.
We'll be right back.
Hi, welcome back. We are with Sharon Moore Foster. She's the Program Development Coordinator at Visual Arts Alberta, which sounds like quite the title. So tell us your journey through Visual Arts Alberta. How did you become the program developer?
Well, I am a longtime artist. So when you start out as an artist, you keep moving through all the ranks, and then when you stay home to have children, you have to reacquaint. So you go into volunteer service. So basically volunteered for set design, volunteered for this, and then volunteered to help out at Visual Arts Alberta, and then got hired. So I mean, my skill set is appropriate. They didn't just hire me because I served wine at the openings, but there you go.
So, wait, is that position available, serving wine at the openings?
Well, I think people help out whenever they can. I know,
nice.
I know.
So what kind of artist are you?
A clay artist, actually. Clay. Basically, I draw, and I draw on clay, I draw on steel, I draw on paper. I like to observe and witness and, you know, record. And
so what do you do at Visual Arts Alberta?
Well, the reason I love my job is I love to support other artists. I have been very, very happily supported in my journey by, you know, other people who mentored me, took the time, you know, pointed me in the right direction, gave me a heads up or references for jobs. So now, being in this situation, I'm old enough that I actually know a lot of the visual arts community and have worked in different fields. So that's my great pleasure, is to connect artists with other artists, to provide the capacity for making their artistic career professional, good business practices, giving them the right resources, mentoring them through their first grants, you know, helping them get the start they need, whatever it is, that is a great joy. And also, because artists are, well, a lot of people in the arts field live solitary lives, right? When we create, we're not necessarily in company. So the connecting of other people and providing partnerships, collaborations, like you were talking Strathcona County, we do professional development with Brenda Barry Byrne, we're creative practice. There's lots of organizations, and I love the way that the basic arts community just really enjoys supporting other artists. And you know, a lot of the ego goes out of it, and a lot of the work that we can do to make it a better place and advocate on behalf of each one of us, thinking, I'm an artist, I have a support network, I deserve to be paid for this job. How much should I be paid for this job? Well, they can call me. I can give them the Carvac national fees things. We get paid for exhibitions because other people like us, you know, work on behalf of making sure that we are perceived in society as a valuable commodity, professionally developed, and needs the... Has the artist been paid?
Yes.
I know that Jennifer was going to ask that question, as would I. You know, has the artist been paid? And I know that's such a big thing with artists, because they have so many people coming to, will you donate this piece, or will you do this and do that? Artists do need to be paid for their artwork and what they do, and it's really, really important. So that is an important button that you've got on for sure.
It's an ongoing problem in the film industry where like the actors will be required to be volunteer if they want the role, but the crew will be paid, or an honorarium or something, and it's just not fair. Like the artist is putting a lot of work into it, and they should be paid for their talents.
And are you seeing some growth in that area now where artists
Lots
actually
of
are
growth,
now
yes.
being paid? They're not having as many people coming up saying, can you donate this painting for me, or could you do this for free?
Well, we are learning as artists because we have the stature of Carfax behind us, that as soon as we have a sense of our own value, then we're able to negotiate on our behalf. So part of the professional development at Visual Arts Alberta is to help you negotiate, help you say, well, I'd like to do that for you, but you know, in order to do that, my hour, you know, I have to be paid for this, and I need some mileage, and I'm happy to come up to the art club and do professional development, but there's mileage, there's staying overnight, there's, you know, so if you can learn to say that in a way, and they say, well, of course, people don't think about it sometimes because they think, Sharon, come on, you can do posters, you can do this. And I said, well, I can do this, but, you know, so a lot of times we do donate our time, but usually we have to pick 1, 2, or 3 things, and that's what we do, and we have to make those hard decisions too.
And I was just going to say, I'm sure it's tougher for the newer artists that might be just starting out as well to say, you know, no, I'm sorry, I can't do this for free. So having your backing and having that strength behind them to kind of give them the confidence to go out and say, yes, you know, I can do this, but.
You know, Bill, that what you just said just absolutely nails it on the head, is having the support of someone who will say, you do need to ask for this or you will never be recognized. So you need to say, that's what I'd like to have happen.
Let's talk a little bit about this cultural exchange that you're doing. It's a way to support new artists and even established artists. Tell us a little bit about this.
The cultural exchange is it's a community-based project that we're engaging the community to come into Visual Arts Alberta and to bring in a cultural product. Well, it can be, as you can see, we have books, but they're bringing in things that I couldn't carry in, huge canvases to paint on, you know, like 5 by 6 feet, you know, and oil paints and brushes. So what we're having is a lot of artists. That's a great time to do this. People are cleaning out their studios, you know, and what we want people to do is to get rid of the things that maybe they're just not using anymore, and then come in, and as they're seeing that, like a gentleman brought in his photography equipment, said, I've got a brand new, you know, enlarger, so I think I'm going to try painting over Christmas. He took home a canvas and some brushes, and away he went and sent me pictures of his paintings already. I mean, he's done 2 paintings.
That's awesome. That's awesome, Sharon. And, I'm sorry, we've run out of time. We could probably go on forever.
I'm not surprised.
There's so much that we could talk about for sure. So the event is on February 27th.
No, the event is ongoing right now.
Ongoing right through.
People
So it's running through. Runs until February. Excellent.
Yes.
Okay, so just quickly, and then we have to wrap up here. How do they get a hold of you if somebody wants to contact you?
On the website there, but I'm Sharon at visualartsalberta.com, and the phone number will be, maybe you'll plug it in later, it's 780-421-1731. Call me. And Wednesday to Saturday, somebody will be there to get the phone, bring things in, and come and say hello.
Excellent. Well, thanks so much, Sharon. We'll be right back after this.
Thank you.
Welcome back. That was a great interview we just had with Sharon.
That was. It's really fun doing interviews with you instead of against you.
I think it's a lot more interactive, and it gives a really good feeling to the show. And speaking of that, we want to talk a little bit about what's going to happen in 2016 for Arts Talk. So we're changing it up a little bit.
Tell us, Bill. What changes are we making?
Starting in February, Jennifer, we're going to start shooting 2 shows. We're going to be out covering a lot more of events, arts-based events throughout the city and local area. So we're going to get out and do a lot more for Arts Talk. We're going to have more interactive guests where you and I can participate and maybe learn some new things.
Very exciting, like dancing.
Like dancing, it might be a thing we could do. Painting.
Yes. The Magician, we had the Magician before. He was fantastic.
And maybe we'll have him on the show again in 2016. So anyway, we've got a lot of growth happening with the show this upcoming year, so we're really excited about it. So we want to make sure that you do tune in. And again, if you have an event coming up or you would like to be on the show, how do they contact us?
You can email us at artstalkedmonton@gmail.com, or you can go to our website, artstalktv.com. and send us your information. Also, if you want to be a guest on the show, then make sure you contact us either of those means as well. Do you have any resolutions for 2016, Bill?
To be taller than you.
Oh,
and I think I've grown. I feel really good about that.
I love it.
And you? Quickly?
Well, normally I would try to eat better or work out more, but now that I'm married, I don't have to do any of that.
There you go. All right. Thanks so much. We'll see you again.